Well. Clemson Tiger fans, college football fans, welcome back to a special edition of Clemson Tigers Live right here on Clemson at the Voice of College Football. Going to be doing a watch along with you guys for the national championship game. Should be a fun game. Miami versus Indiana. Go ahead and get your predictions in the chat. Who you think is going to win? Maybe some score predictions in there. I'm hoping for a great game. I will save me and Jordan's predictions for the game until right before kickoff when we get a little bit more people in here. But appreciate each and every one of you for being in here so far. Get into the comment section. We'll chop it up with you guys during the game. Ask your questions. Get your comments in. This will be a very open forum type of thing. And we'll just chop it up. We'll talk about the game. We'll talk about college football. We'll talk about whatever you guys want while we sit here and watch the national championship game together. And again, appreciate all of you for being in here. H5 Arson in here. Thank you so much for being in here. Appreciate you getting into the chat section already. I want to welcome Jordan in here too. My co-host, Jordan Bowman. He'll be on camera here momentarily. He's taking care of a few things, and then we'll be on here for the rest of the night. So,
and by taking care of a few things, I'm taking care of my stomach.
That's right. Yeah. He's got to eat. So, can't wait to see Chris Johnson Jr. this season. He's going to be beneficial. Absolutely. I think anytime you add somebody that's explosive as Chris Johnson is, it's a good thing for your offense. Regardless of what's going on. It's always beneficial to add somebody that explosive because a guy like him, anytime he touches the ball, it can be 6. So it's always a guy you want on your side wearing your uniform. So I too am excited about Chris Johnson.
Yeah, I mean, he brings a different level of athleticism, speed into your running back room. And just as a multi-tool type of weapon, because I mean, I don't necessarily think he's, you have to run him between the tackles, 20 times a game for him to be effective. I mean, he can be effective in the passing game, the screen game. You can do a lot of things. You can just do a lot of things with him, and I think he just brings a different dynamic to this offense. I mean, this running back room has lacked some explosiveness for the last few seasons. So it's, this is a true home run threat every time he touches the football.
Clemson Cross Faith Army, thank you so much for being in here. Clemson better hope Indiana wins. If not, Miami will definitely not let any player go to Clemson. They've been kicking our butt in recruiting since Mario took over. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. I mean, Mario is a proven recruiter, no doubt. The only question about Mario is could he put a team together and win the big games? I think that's been proven this year that he can. So it would certainly not be beneficial to Clemson if Miami won this game. So, not that, Miami or Mario is going to have any sort of problems recruiting in the near future, even if they lose this game. But it certainly would be more beneficial to Clemson. No doubt about that. Dabo needs to let freshmen play this campus. I mean, they got to earn that playing time. Can't let them play just because. Don't get me wrong, Adam Randall did pretty well, but I really think this guy is going to be way better. And yes, I know Adam Randall was a wide receiver. Yeah, no, I think, look, as far as Adam Randall goes, I think he produced at about as high of a level as you could have hoped for him to produce. He was really good. Um, he was productive at the position. He was physical. He stayed healthy the entire year, which was one of my questions going into the season was, as much injuries as he had at wide receiver, is he going to be able to last a season at the running back position? He proved me wrong. He was a big piece of Clemson's offense. He was not the reason that they went 7-6. I think he gave you plenty of production at the position. I think Garrett Riley was part of the problem with abandoning the run far too often, not getting Gideon Davison in the rotation earlier in the season was part of the problem. So we'll see how that's rectified with a new offensive coordinator. Running backs coach is going to have to fix his rotation. That's been my one big kind of gripe, if you will, with CJ Spiller is his rotation at the running back position. We saw it for 2 seasons in a row of just relying on one guy. That's not going to get it done in today's college football. You got to rotate multiple guys in there. So you would expect Gideon Davison to be a big part of the running back room this season. You would also expect that Chris Johnson Jr. is going to be a big part of that running back room rotation this year too. And CJ is going to have to figure out how to do a true rotation, which he has struggled with immensely. So that's something he's got to get better with as a coach. How do you feel about Carson Beck? Depends on what Carson Beck you get. He is a guy that is capable of making some of the biggest throws. He's also the guy that's capable of multiple turnovers in a game. So it really depends on what Carson Beck you get, because there's definitely a variance to what that is. Think it's time for a new head coach at Clemson, or think Dabo can, or do you think it's time for a new head coach at Clemson, or Dabo, or do you think Dabo can win a natty again in the next 3 years? Right this minute, no, I don't think it's a time for a new coach in Clemson. Can Dabo win a natty in the next 3 years? I don't know, man. That's a tall ask. Obviously, Dabo is capable of doing it if he makes the right moves and if he chooses to decide that he wants to get Clemson back to the top of college football. I think he is fully capable of doing that. Will that happen? I don't know. I'm not sure that is going to happen. We will see. We will see. But I'm not of the opinion of Dabo Swinney should be fired. At least not yet. I may get there one day, but I'm not there yet.
Well, and I think it's a little bit of a false dichotomy there. It's not fire Dabo, or it's like you either fire Dabo or he wins a natty in the next 3 years. There's a large degree of separation in those outcomes, right? Like I agree. I'm not in the position where I'm saying, okay, you need to make a change at head coach, but I'm also not saying that I feel confident that this program will be in national championship contention in 3 years.
No,
I think.
absolutely not.
I mean, and I think that's a big ask with where things are. The roster is just not at a place as it stands right now, and the level of talent acquisition is not at a place now where you feel like that's a goal that is achievable unless you I mean honestly unless you really hit on some young players and you continue to utilize the transfer portal at a high level and you get but not just getting guys that can play for you but guys that will be impact play like some of the best players in the sport type of players. Like you need those. I think you need to get those type of players in the high school ranks in the transfer portal to be able to win in this era. And I don't think Clemson has enough of those guys right now, even with the portal additions. And we'll have plenty to talk about with the portal tomorrow on the show. Y'all stay tuned. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't think that it's one or the other. I mean, there's a lot of outcomes in between that I think are realistic. And really, in the place it is now, I'm not expecting Clemson to be a national championship caliber team this season or even next
No.
season. I think really the goal
We
is
just
getting
make a
back
bowl
to
next year. Like let's start at making a bowl next year. This
yeah,
Clemson program has fallen quite a long ways, and I think unfortunately Clemson fans have to wrap their heads around that.
yeah.
This is not a program that is going to compete at the highest levels of college football, in my opinion, anytime soon. So, I mean, that sucks for us because we spent over half a decade at the top of college football, and now we're at the bottom looking up, and it sucks. But we'll see where it goes. I don't think we're winning a championship anytime soon, or even being that caliber of team anytime soon.
No.
You think Cade caused Clemson to be average the last 4 seasons? I think that Cade was a contributing factor to some of Clemson's problems, but there were many more problems than Cade Klubnik. So, short answer, no. There's a lot of reasons that Clemson has become an average football program. Cade is one of those issues and was one of those issues, but he was far from the only issue at Clemson.
Yeah, and he's not even the biggest issue. I mean,
No, not even close to the biggest issue. Yeah.
And listen, I mean, for Cade Klubnik's faults, I mean, like his tenure at quarterback wasn't all bad. There were some high moments. I don't think he wasn't the quarterback that I think Clemson needed him to be, but he also wasn't awful. Like I think, I mean, statistically he left Clemson as one of the better quarterbacks in school history. Like
Yep.
he did not have a bad career by any stretch of the imagination. But I do think like they needed him to be more. He needed Clemson to be more around him. I think that was very apparent as well. So it's kind of it was kind of a negative feedback loop. I mean, you weren't good enough at other places. You weren't good enough, at coordinator and the coaching staff. You weren't. I mean, there are just a lot of things that contributed to the Cade Klubnik's career playing out the way that he did, and Cade bears some responsibility as well. So I mean, it's
Absolutely.
Can't really place it on any one player. There have been a lot of misses. There have been a lot of disappointments from a player standpoint, from a staff standpoint, from a talent acquisition standpoint, from a player development standpoint. They all feed into each other. This has been the quality across the board of this program has taken a really significant dip in the last several years. That's why you are where you are.
Yeah, absolutely. Um,
Man, it must be so cool. It'd be so cool playing an international championship in your home stadium.
In your home stadium. I mean, that's got to be the craziest thing ever. I mean, I know, us versus LSU 2019, I was in their home state, but not their stadium.
Yeah,
This is crazy. This is crazy.
Indiana fans traveled well.
Oh, you knew they would.
Yeah, that is a lot of red. That almost looks like a 50-50 crowd. I can't really tell. And we're kicked off.
All right. Here we go. Miami going to run their first play. Guy in motion. Carson Beck in the shotgun. Hands it off. Fletcher. Good first down run, man. Gets about 9. What's up, David? Appreciate you being in here. One of our channel members. Thank you so much for being in here. Appreciate you supporting the show. That symbol beside his name means that he supports the show on a monthly basis. Yeah, Miami does have a rental. They do rent it from the from the Dolphins. So, all right, 2nd and 1 for Miami here on their opening drive. Little swing pass to Tony. Gets the first down. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Miami. Get their first down of the game. And we'll see what they do with this drive. Miami, Troy Stellato heading to UNLV. Good for him. I hope he has success. Hand off to Fletcher again for the 2nd time in this game. Gets about 2 on that carry. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 here for the Miami Hurricanes on their opening drive.
Yeah. That's the 2nd former Tiger heading to UNLV because D. Creighton is heading there as well. So that'll be former teammates reuniting.
Yeah. All right. So Carson Beck in the shotgun. Fletcher lined up to his left. Tony in motion. Snap. Look left. Looking right. Scrambling right. Pass on the sideline to Malachi Tony, incomplete. So 3rd and 8 for the Miami Hurricanes here on their opening drive. Oh, Jordan, I got Indiana winning this game. Who do you have winning?
Yeah, I'm with you, brother. I think Indiana's the better. I'm done betting against them. I mean, I stopped.
Yeah. I felt like they were going to lose so many
they
times
took
in
down
this
Ohio
playoff,
State.
and they just keep destroying everybody that they play. The one thing is they've probably not faced a defensive front quite like the Miami Hurricanes defensive front. I just can't bet against them in this game. It seems like their year of fate, but it also kind of seems like Miami's year of fate playing in your home stadium. I mean, how many times are you going to get play for a national championship game in your home stadium? I mean, that's crazy. So, but I do think Indiana ultimately will win this game. But we will see. It would not surprise me if Miami won. Um, I mean, honestly, the only thing in this game that would surprise me is a blowout. So we'll see. We'll see if Indiana will be the first 16-0 team in college football.
That would be something the Dabo talks about. If the teams it being a race to 16-0, and then the very first year that he says that a team goes and does
it. A team not named Clemson's going to go 16-0? Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be something, wouldn't it?
It would be just our luck. That's kind of how things have been going around here.
It would be. All right, so that first drive, 2 minutes, 11 seconds off the clock, 9 passing yards, 11 rushing yards for Miami. Dr. Pepper Zero. Apparently the drink of college football. So.
I'm not a big Dr. Pepper guy.
No? You don't like Dr. Pepper?
I mean, it's fine. I like it, but I'm not like some people love it. Like they're like it's their favorite soda. I'm like,
yeah, I'm not really a soda person in general. I mainly drink water, but I do an occasional Dr. Pepper is not off my list.
No. I think I'm just I think maybe because I don't know. I'm kind of I mean, I like Sprite. I'll have me a Sprite every once in a while. I don't know, maybe because I do. Oh well, I do love Cheerwine. Now, you're legally required if you're from North Carolina to love Cheerwine.
That is true. That is true. You are contractually obligated at birth to support Cheerwine. So.
Yeah. Anytime I go to Cookout, that's what I'm getting.
All right, so Indiana opening up their first possession here inside the 5-yard line or right at the 5-yard line. Mendoza in the shotgun. Play action, throws it to the left, missed tackle by Miami. First down, Indiana on the first play of their opening drive here. So Miami going to have to do a little bit better tackling on the perimeter there. Don't let them get those extra yards. That's not going to help you.
Yeah, and Indiana's offensive scheme is not complicated, but it's so many RPOs, and it forces the defense to be patient. They can't get over their skis. They can't trigger too fast. It's not a complicated scheme, but it's very effective, and I mean, for Mendoza is as good as I've seen, just in that offense, what they do.
Yeah, so Indiana there runs on first down. Not a lot doing. Maybe gets a yard. Going to line up 2nd and 9 here for the Hoosiers. Shotgun, drops back, looking right, throws to the running back. Not much doing there either. Gets maybe a yard. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Hoosiers here. So much like Miami, they get their first down, and then the drive's looking like it's going to fizzle out here unless they can convert on 3rd and 8.
Yeah, cross faith. Yeah, EJ Williams is on Indiana.
Mendoza drops back, pressure,
That Miami
rolling
defensive
out
line,
right,
man.
throws the ball away. Indiana's going to punt here on 4th and 8 here. So back-to-back punts by both Miami and Indiana on their opening drives. Good.
Man,
Lord.
that run, good.
God. Oh, man. I feel bad for him, brother. Hey,
Getting tall.
It is what it is. Hey. Yeah. He needs to be careful. He got brutalized on that play. Miami. Malachi Tony going to take it. Gets up past the 40-yard line to about the 42-yard line before he's brought down on the punt return. So great field position here for Miami. Flag down on the play. We'll see what it is.
That's tough. Mario ain't happy.
Holding on Miami. So a great kick return by Malachi Tony. Going to be negated by a holding penalty for Miami. Just uncalled for. Why would you do that? Why? Those are those penalties that are just like, brother, come on. What are we doing?
Oh, yeah, it's just actively costing your team field position, win probability. All.
Stupid. All right. Well, pretty much identical drives there for Miami and Indiana on their opening drives.
Mm-hmm.
Each
We knew
offense gets the first down, and then the drive kind of fizzles out. Defense is bowed up. Time of possession sits at 2 minutes and 44 seconds for Miami, 1 minute and 35 seconds for the Indiana Hoosiers. So everything still pretty even. Seems like a filling out period here for the Hoosiers and the Hurricanes. EJ Williams at Indiana. Yes, he is. All right, what's up, John? Thanks for being in here. YouTube is unreliable and sometimes late in my experience. Yeah, they do not get the warnings out soon enough for us. So thank you for being in here, John. We really appreciate you being a moderator and a channel member, supporting the show on a monthly basis. So thank you so much for being in here, John. We really do appreciate you. What kind of game day food you got tonight, Jordan?
I got me some barbecue.
Got some
City
barbecue.
barbecue. Mm-hmm.
All right. I feel you. That's good.
Got a sampler plate. I got ribs. I got brisket. I got pulled pork,
Man,
chicken.
doing better than me. I made some buffalo chicken dip tonight.
Oh,
So
that always hits. That's
yeah, it always hits. It's always a good one. So I don't feel like doing too much. But excited to watch this game. All right, so Miami coming out for their second drive. Carson in the shotgun. Fletcher to his left. Malachi Tony comes in motion. Handoff Fletcher to the right. Picks up about 3 yards on the carry. It's going to be second down and 7 here for the Miami Hurricanes. All right, Carson in the shotgun again. Pistol formation. Fletcher lined up behind. Handoff right, cuts left. Not much doing there. Maybe gets a yard. So we might be 3rd and 6 here for the Hurricanes on their second drive of the game.
oh, like Fletcher didn't read that right.
No, not at all. He jumped into all the Indiana defenders there. He did kind of a jump cut right into all of the defenders that were unblocked. All right, so 3rd and 5 here for the Hurricanes. Carson in the shotgun. Fletcher to his right. Snap. Looking left. Fires down the middle. Incomplete. Pass broken up by number 7 on Indiana. So it's going to be 4th and 5 here. And Miami's going to have their second punt of the game on consecutive drives here to open up the game.
Man, this Indiana defense. I mean, like you just watch them.
Look, there's nothing open. I mean, nothing open. Nothing open.
Everybody breaks on the football. It just.
Yeah, I mean, he had a small window there, but how 7 broke on the football, there's just nothing you can do there. All right, so Indiana's going to take over possession of the football inside their own 30-yard line for their second drive of the game. We'll see what Mendoza and company is going to be able to do for their second drive of the game. Yeah, teams feeling each other out. That's exactly what it feels like. I mean, this feels like a heavyweight battle where teams are just kind of feeling each other out and just getting a feel for the game, getting a feel for what the defenses are doing. Feels like everybody's kind of holding everything close to the vest so far. But Indiana takes over at their own 29-yard line. Mendoza in the shotgun, running back to his left, drops back, rolls right, pressure, throws it to a receiver on the sideline, but incomplete. Flag down on the play. We'll see what might be holding here.
Yeah.
If I had to guess.
Yep.
Yeah, holding on number 67 of the offense. So Indiana going in the wrong direction on their second drive of the game here. If I was 67, I would hold Ruben Bain too. I would definitely hold that guy too. I don't blame him. That's a heck of a guy to block. So I don't blame him at all. All right, Indiana in the shotgun. Fake handoff, fires down the middle, missed again by Miami, goes for about 14, 15 yards there. First down, Indiana.
I tell you, man, their RPO game is just like it's lethal.
I mean, you can't miss these tackles, though. That safety coming down, you got to get them on the ground. Mendoza in the shotgun, pistol formation, snap, handoff, breaks one tackle, falls forward for about a 6-yard gain there for Indiana. So it's going to be 2nd and 4 here on Indiana's second drive of the football game. All right, Mendoza in the shotgun, running back to his left, snap, flags. It's going to be a false start. Indiana's going backwards yet again on this drive. Seems to be their MO.
You know, even if Indiana wins that game, Signetti's going they're going to be in the locker room celebrating. He's going to come out with a tablet and say, "What was that?" Come up to that offensive lineman and be like,
"What are y'all doing?" Yeah, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all jumping on sides? I don't care that we just won the national championship. What about next year? All right, Mendoza in the shotgun, running back to his left, fake handoff, throws left, gets about 8 or 9 on that little pass out to the left to number 13. Man. Surratt, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Give him the first down on that play. So 1st and 10, Indiana, shotgun, running back to the left. Mendoza takes the snap, handoff up the middle. Gets about 4 yards on the carry. 4 or 5 on that carry.
Wesley Bassink looks hurt.
Uh-oh.
One of the better linebackers.
All right, Indiana going fast here. So shotgun, Mendoza running back to the right. Changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Flips the running back to his left. Snap. Throws down the middle. First down, Indiana. Going to be 1st and 10. I mean, they're just moving the ball right down the field, man. All right, fake handoff again. Throws to Surratt to the outside on the sideline. Gets about 5 or 6 on that play. Moving the ball right down the field. Indiana is doing any and everything they want on offense right now.
They're just taking what Miami's defense is giving them right now. That's what it is.
All right, Mendoza in the shotgun, empty. Drops back, pressure, incomplete. Gets hit as he throws the football, and it's incomplete. Miami doing a good job getting to the quarterback on that play.
Yeah.
They saw an empty set, and they brought the heat.
Yeah, you can't let him sit back.
Yeah, Mendoza took a big hit on that play. All right, Mendoza in the shotgun, running back to the right. Motion left, handoff up the middle. First down and more. Good Lord. It's running over Miami defenders at this point.
look at that
I mean,
vertical.
I will say early on in this game, Indiana looks like the more physical team.
Yeah.
And that's not good for Miami because the strength of them coming in this game was this defensive line. So if you can't establish your will on that defensive line and reset that line of scrimmage, you're in for a long day for this Indiana team. Run up the middle again, get about 2 yards on that. So not much doing for Indiana there.
Mendoza took a hit. Is his lip bleeding?
Yeah, he's bleeding.
Oh,
What happened there?
he went and tried to. He tried to. I mean, you.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
they.
You gotta be careful, Miami. You're gonna get thrown out the game for stuff like that. You better be careful. They didn't call that, and I'm fine with it, but you better be careful. Mendoza keeps it, falls forward for 2 yards. Supposed to be third down here for Indiana. All right, so 3rd and 6 here for Indiana. Marching right down the field in the red zone. See what they're going to do here. Are they going to capitalize? Or are they going to have to settle for a field goal? 16-yard line snap. Throw from Mendoza. Good throw. Good coverage, too, from Miami. Incomplete. 4th and 6 for the Hoosiers. They're going to have to kick a field goal here. That was great coverage by Miami there.
Almost picked. O.J. Frederick.
I think Mendoza should have put that ball outside a little bit more. Too far inside. Corner able to make a play on the ball, but they're going to kick what should be an easy field goal here to take a 3-0 lead for the Hoosiers. And that's exactly what they do. 3-0 Hoosiers. 2 drives in for both teams. 3-0 Indiana so far.
Yeah, his lip is bleeding.
Yeah, he's bleeding pretty good. He got
By the way, that was a good statement drive from Indiana. Showed that they're the first one to establish some sort of momentum offensively. I mean, the offensive line looked good. They had some nice runs in there. Mendoza was accurate with the football. That's the thing. Anything that this Indiana doesn't do well. And they're not. I really don't know how we did it. I mean, they're kind of on their part in a lot of. I mean, the NFL talent on this team is wrong, but like this is not like a star-studded group. That they're just they just ball.
yeah.
They have a good team, and it's tough. They play physical up front and on both lines of scrimmage, and that can make up for a lot of talent gaps, a lot of talent deficiencies.
For sure. All right, guys, I'll be right back.
Yeah, Ellis King, he got his mouth busted. I mean, I saw on that play. I mean, as soon as they showed it, his lip was looking pretty red. I was like, oof, must that hit almost. That's they're showing it on the replay right now. Yeah, just man, and you his face mask into his mouth. Very fortunate. Indiana kicks off here. Miami's going to try to respond. Brennan Marion on the return gets to about the 25, 26. And Miami is such a pretty city. I was down there on my cruise last week. Got to see got to see a decent bit of the city on the little boat ride I went on before we left port. It's very, very, very beautiful. Got to see Hard Rock from the river. It was pretty cool. No 4 or 5 stars on Indiana's teams, but they're in the title game. Well, I think they have maybe a few 4 stars, but yeah. This is not a star-studded roster by any means. Um, I mean, they have a real chance to just kind of blow up the blue chip ratio theory trend. Every team that's won a national championship in the I mean, last 15 or so years, at least as long as Bud Elliott has created has had the blue chip ratio. Every team that's won the championship, they've had a 50% or higher blue chip ratio. It means you have more 4 and 5 stars than you do 3 and below. But this Indiana team has a chance to really just kind of blow that out of the water. But before then, actually the closest team to break it first was 2015 Clemson. They were just under 50%, if I remember correctly. Indiana, I think they're somewhere in the 20s. Yeah, hard take. EJ Williams, he was a top 100 kid coming out of high school. All right, takes over on their third possession, trying to respond. Indiana went down and got a field goal. See if they can generate some offense. Carson Beck is going to take a shot deep. Ooh. Nearly. That was a dangerous throw. I mean, that could have been picked. Got tipped. This Indiana secondary is so good, man. I still almost got to his tight end, but that was dangerous. 2nd and 10. Carson Beck takes the snap. Indiana sending pressure. He's going to get the ball out quick. Another pass breakup. D'Angelo Pons. One of the shortest outside corners that you'll find, but he plays like he's 6'2". Whew. Third and 10 for Miami. In danger of going out for the second straight time. And Carson Beck drops back, and he is sacked.
God. Indiana is putting it on them right now.
Yeah.
Fletcher just can't get his hands on the linebacker there. And just leaves Beck in harm's way. Tough break for Miami. 4th and 17. Got to punt it away.
Not a good punt.
Not a good punt at all.
Oh, but it got a decent bounce though.
Indiana takes over with good field position here. All right, here we go. Indiana, third drive of the game. Shotgun, snap, tackle for a big loss. Miami's penetration far too much there for that Indiana offensive line. Gets about a 5 or 6 yard loss there on that run from Indiana. No chance there for that Indiana offensive line. Reuben Bain, of course, being super disruptive in this game already. Already got a big holding penalty against Indiana, and then this big tackle for loss for 5 or 6 yards here. So 2nd and 16 for the Hoosiers. Snap, handoff, nothing doing. Gets about a yard. So it's 3rd and 15 for the Hoosiers. Doesn't look like this drive's going anywhere for Indiana.
Looks like Indiana's going to have to run one more play before the half. We'll see if they play it conservative or they try and get this first down. I mean, this 3rd and 15. That's tough ask. The defense is playing well. I'm wonder if they go aggressive here and they just hand the ball off. I mean, they did convert on a.
They drop back.
2nd or 3rd.
Little screen pass. Again, not a whole lot doing there. Gets about 3 or 4 yards on that play. They're going to have to punt the ball away to Miami. And that's going to do it for the first quarter of your national championship game against Indiana and Miami. We end the quarter 3-0 in favor of the Hoosiers. But second quarter, Miami's going to take over with probably some good field position and see if they can do anything with it.
if IU wins tonight, there are a few people on X that'll be claiming the Big Ten now owns college football. I mean, hard to argue with them. I mean, if they would have won the last 3 national championships.
Yeah. I mean,
and it's not just the same team, 3 different teams.
Yeah. What are you going to do? Whole lot of running around there for a little bit of yards there for Malachi Tony, but does get some positive yards there for Miami. Still going to get the ball back with good field position for the Hurricanes.
Yeah, there's a lot of reasons from a Clemson standpoint why you would want Indiana to win this game over Miami for sure.
Yeah. Although I'm not sure that them losing this game affects that in any way.
Yeah, I mean, they'll certainly be, continue to recruit at a high level, but it's just, that, when you recruit and you have you have a natty to back up, back it up. I mean,
Yeah.
that makes it even more of an attractive place. I mean, it's because now you don't have to be the biggest spender. That's the thing people don't realize. Like when Georgia won their 2 championships, the way they were recruiting, they weren't outspending guys. They were. I mean, you were getting the Georgia discount, just like Saban. When NIL was first introduced, he was getting the discount. Alabama wasn't the biggest spenders in the NIL market, and at least So I mean that's. I mean when you have a school like Miami, that you finally have proof of concept with Mario and the NIL, just the dollars amount that he's going to be able to throw out there now. It's going to be tough.
Man, Miami stopped on 3rd and 2. That Indiana defense bowed up big there. 4th down for Miami. They're going to have to kick it away.
This is the first team Miami has played that is, at least in this playoff, that has truly matched their physicality.
I mean, Indiana has been, to this point of the game, has been the more physical team. You can tell that. Miami has not struggled to convert on short yardage situations very much in this playoff, and tonight they clearly are. So Indiana will take over inside their own 15-yard line, and we'll see what they can do. 12:57 left in the second quarter. But yeah, definitely Indiana is matching Miami step for step when it comes to physicality, and in a lot of ways being the more physical team tonight so far. I think Miami has been extremely physical. Yeah, no, I'm not saying they haven't been. I just think all I'm trying to say is they've met their match in this playoff. Both of these teams are extremely physical, and we're going to see by the end of 60 minutes who's going to win the physicality battle, because it's very clear both of these teams are going to come out, smack each other in the face, and see who's left standing. So it's going to be a very physical 60 minutes, no doubt about it. Right now, Indiana's winning that physicality, but both teams are being extremely physical. Indiana's a much better coach team. I think that's due to their age and maturity. Yeah, they definitely are an older team, much more mature team. Surratt gets about 13 on that little dish out to him on the left sideline.
That's the thing that's been working is just Indiana leaning on that RPO game.
Yep. Another throw to Surratt across the middle. Incomplete. Pass breakup. Mendoza drops back. Caught. Wow. Almost intercepted, but caught. Turned into a 9-yard gain instead of an interception there. All right, Mendoza in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. First down. Black with the first down there.
That's going to be the difference in this game is those tiny margins. I mean, a third and short, Indiana gets a couple when Miami gets stuffed. Like that, sometimes that's the difference. It's
Yep.
like
Handoff again.
both teams are playing.
Gets about 2 yards there. Henry on the carry to the left-hand side. Gets about 2 yards. All right, Mendoza in the shotgun. Motion right. Handoff up the middle to Hemby again. He gets about 3 yards on the carry. Third down coming up for the Hoosiers. Third and 6 here. Mendoza in the shotgun. Drops back, looks left, throws left. Looking for Surratt, but incomplete. Flag on the play. Looks like it's going to be pass interference here for Miami. Yeah, he grabs him there. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's easy pass interference there for number 29. Definitely affecting Surratt there on that route. All right, so first and 10 for the Hoosiers. Handoff up the middle to Hemby there. Tackle for a big loss. Miami's defensive line winning up front yet again. Old big number 99 busting through there. Snatching running backs. Tackles for loss. All right, second and 14 for the Hoosiers. Shotgun, snap, handoff up the middle. Gets maybe a yard. So it's going to be third and 13 here for the Hoosiers. Third and long. See if they can convert. Right up around midfield. See what Miami's defense can do here. Third and 12 for the Hoosiers. See if they can bow up, get a stop, and get Indiana off the field here. Free play here for Indiana. Goes in the shotgun. Handoff up the middle. Big run here. Big run by Indiana. Keelan Black there with the big run for Indiana. They're going quick. Pass out right. Okay. Nice tackle by number 7 there of Miami. CJ Daniels. Excuse me. Poiser there with the tackle for Miami. All right, 2nd and 7 here for Indiana. Driving right down the field. Shotgun. Back out to the right. Snap. Fake. Throws to the right. First down again. Oh, did he get in? Touchdown, Indiana. It's going to be 9-0, 10-0 after the extra point try, if that's good. So, Indiana getting it done here offensively. Miami digging themselves a hole. Big, strong. Oh, out of bounds. That's going to come back. That's not going to be a touchdown for Indiana. Becker stepped out there. Yep, right there at about the 6-yard line. So it's going to be 1st and goal, Indiana, from about the 6-yard line because Becker stepped out there trying to will his way to the end zone. So we'll see what happens there. All right, we'll see what Indiana does here. 1st and goal from about the 6-yard line for Indiana. Can Miami force a field goal here? We'll see. Motion left, handoff up the middle. Not much doing there for Indiana. Maybe gets a yard. Maybe gets a yard there. Maybe gets a yard there. So 2nd and goal for Indiana from about the 5-yard line here. 7:06 left to go in the game. Mendoza in the shotgun, back lined up to his right. Snap, handoff up the middle. Gets down to about the 1-yard line there. So 3rd and goal from the 1 for Indiana. This will decide whether Indiana will settle for a field goal or ends up going up 10-0 against the Miami Hurricanes. We'll see what they do here. Are they going to run the ball? Are they going to put the ball in Mendoza's hands? What is the Miami defense going to do here? Big play for Indiana, big play for Miami, big play in the trajectory of this game. Timeout, Miami. Timeout, Miami. They used their first timeout of the first half. Looked like Mendoza was going under center there. Miami and the rest of the coaching staff decided to take a timeout there. So, man, this is a tight game so far, fellas. This is exactly what we wanted in the national championship. What we don't want is a repeat of Georgia TCU, right? So 3-0, 7:33 to go in the first half. Goal to go, 3rd and goal from about the 1-yard line for Indiana. Who's going to win? Will the will of Indiana's offensive line win? Will the will of Miami's defensive line win? Who's going to win, man? We'll see. It's going to be crazy.
All right, are we good?
Yeah, we're good. What's up, man? How you doing?
Okay, good. Oh man, gotta love. I love StreamYard, man. Glad I didn't miss a touchdown. But
Yeah, it was close, but old boy stepped out. So, Becker stepped out. Charlie Becker stepped out on that reception he had there. It was close. All right, well, we got 10 people in the live chat right now. Thank you so much for being in here. Hit that like button while you're in here. Helps us out on these live videos. Consider subscribing. Me and Jordan do an all-in show, college football show, if you will, every Tuesday at 8 p.m. right here on the channel, Clemson at the Voice of College Football. So hope you guys will join us for that. Hope you will become a subscriber. And we'll see what happens here on this gold line stance. Who's going to win this particular battle of the game? Mendoza under center, I formation, handoff up the middle to the fullback, gets in easy. Easy touchdown for Indiana there. Just falls right into the end zone. I'm not even going to pretend to try to pronounce that dude's name.
I'm going to give it a shot.
He gets into the end zone.
Nowakowski?
Nowakowski. There we go. Nowakowski. Little fullback handoff there for Indiana. Get into the end zone, 9-0. Indiana will be 10 right after this extra point. Snap, hold, it's up, it's good. 10-0 Indiana. 6:13 left in the first half. What can Carson Beck and that Miami offense do to cut into this Indiana lead? Yeah, Indiana guys do look different. They do. They just do. Like I said, these are two very physical teams. But if I'm being honest, Indiana is out physicaling Miami right now. It just that's what it is. And that's not something that Miami's faced in this playoff so far. They have been the more physical team in every single game they have played. Um, and now in the national championship, in my opinion, these are two very equally physically matched teams. And right now, Indiana's getting the best of Miami. We'll see if that continues for the remainder of the game. But Miami needs Carson Beck to do something here. He's got to go on a drive for Miami here. They need it. They need it bad. And if he can't deliver here, um, you know that's a problem for this Miami team. All right, Miami takes over at the 25-yard line. Carson Beck in the shotgun, Fletcher in the pistol. Handoff up the middle. Good push by the Miami offensive line. There gets 5 or 6 yards on first down. So be 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5 here for Miami.
Yeah, John. Miami is. I mean, you're in. If you don't put together a sustained drive, you're begging Indiana to open the floodgates.
Yeah. All right, Carson Beck in the shotgun, Fletcher to his left, snap, handoff up the middle, tripped up at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for about 4 yards. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 here for the Hurricanes. Third handoff to Fletcher, stopped short. Oh no!
Wow.
Oh wow! Oh man, that's tough. Miami runs it on 3rd and 1 and gets just stopped, stonewalled in the backfield by Indiana. Their defensive line and their just their front seven. Um, Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and 1 here. Oh, ooh, that's close.
I think he got it.
I think he got the first down, but man, that was close. First down, Miami. Wow. Yeah, he got it. Barely. Just barely, Miami gets it. 1st and 10, Miami. Carson drops back, going deep, has a man complete down to about the 40-yard line. All right, so Miami offense rolling a little bit here after that very close first down. Inside Indiana territory to about the 40-yard line. So we'll see if Miami can capitalize on this drive. They need a drive big, uh, real badly. They need a drive. So, all right, Carson in the shotgun. Tony motions left, throws to Tony. Tackled almost immediately. Gets about a yard or two there. Going to be 2nd and 8 for the Hurricanes. All right, 2nd and 8 for the Miami Hurricanes with 2 minutes left in the half. Can Miami's offense get anything going in the first half? They need something. A field goal, something. Miami needs something to go into halftime with. Oh, well,
Your boy is getting sleepy. My allergies were acting up today. I took a Benadryl. That was a mistake.
uh-oh. All right, 2nd and 8 for the Hurricanes. 2 minutes to go in the half. Hand off to Fletcher. Dropped as soon as he gets the football. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be 3rd and 8 for the Hurricanes. Nothing doing on that play. All right, 3rd and 8 for Miami here. 1:31 left in the first half. Carson in the shotgun, motions Tony, throws left, tackled, short of the first down. We have to settle for a field goal here.
I don't know. Do you go for it here?
If I was Miami, I'd get points on the board at this point. I mean, with how many times you've been stopped, what? All right, Miami's going for it. There we go. 4th and 2. I don't know about this.
I don't know either.
I'd take the points, man. You ain't scored all half. You really going to give Indiana a chance to end this half with getting a stop in plus territory? Or in when you're in plus territory? I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I think I'd take the field goal. Move it on.
It's just hard though because you don't. I mean, in a game like this, it's like you don't know how many scoring opportunities you're going to have as far as putting 6 on the board. So it's
Yeah,
kind of
but how many times you've been stuffed for 1 yard to go in this game?
yeah. That's the thing.
All right, they're gonna kick it. No good.
Wow.
Dang. Oh man. Worst case scenario for the Miami man. 33 seconds to go. You decide to kick a field goal. You miss it. That's tough. I still think it was the right decision.
That's
With how
super
many
tough.
times you've been stopped with short yardage, um, I feel like that was the right decision. Unfortunately, it didn't go Miami's way. Wow. All right, what does Indiana do here? Just run the clock out? If I was them, I'd take it to halftime. I wouldn't do anything crazy here.
Yeah, I mean, you've got clear control of this game.
Yeah, I mean you're in control. Your defense is playing great.
And they get ball at half, don't they?
I think so. Yeah. Yes. Yes. You get the ball out of halftime. Why are they calling timeout? What is Indiana doing here? You want to try to get in field goal range? All right, there you have it. 10-0 in the first half. Indiana leading the Miami Hurricanes 10-0 at halftime of the national championship game. Was today a holiday for everyone? It was for me. I don't know about everybody else, but it was for me.
It was not for me, unfortunately. Messed up, but it is what it is.
Yeah. All right, well, that's halftime of the national championship game. Indiana dominating time of possession with 17 minutes and 2 seconds to Miami's 12:58. Third down percentage, Miami or Indiana dominating that as well. Passing yards 116 to Miami's 49. Rushing yards 53 to Miami's 27. 10-0 is the score. Miami's got an uphill battle, guys. Um, can they do it? Absolutely. Will they do it? Therein lies the question. I had Indiana picked to win this game. It's been much like I thought the game would be, a very physical game, a low-scoring game, a close game. Do I think Miami's going to be shut out for the entire game? No. I do think they'll get some stuff going in the second half, although Indiana gets the ball coming out of halftime. If you're Miami's defense, you cannot allow them to go down and score on that first drive. You cannot. You got to get 3 and out or a short drive, and then get your offense back out on the field and get them in rhythm, get them some points. Will that happen? That remains to be seen, but we shall see. Um, Thank you guys for sticking out with us for the first half. Got 8 people in here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll be back on here tomorrow night at 8 p.m. To give you the all in show. We look forward to that. And with that said, I'm going to take a little bit of a halftime break, and I'll be right back. All right, what's up, everybody? Catch up in the comment section. All right. One second. All right, here we go, guys. Start of the second half. Miami's kicking the ball off to Indiana. 10-0 Indiana. Ball's getting kicked off out the back of the end zone. Indiana's going to take over on the 25-yard line for their first possession of the second half. Jordan, you got some FanDuel live bets for us?
That is a good question.
What's the live bets for the second half now that it's 10-0 Indiana?
Let me go pull that up.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Xavier Lucas was out for the first half, so he's back for Miami in the second half. That's a big get for Miami in the second half when it comes to limiting this Indiana offense. Mendoza down and back in the shotgun, sack on the second play of the second half. Darian Mensah, yeah, here for the sack. Great play there by Darian Mensah. Sack on
Yeah, so the live line is Indiana minus 13.5.
Indiana minus 13.5 from our friends at FanDuel. So go check that out, guys. If you are a betting college football fan, go check out FanDuel 13.5 for our Indiana Hoosiers here. Let's see if Miami can get off the field quickly here. Oh man, face mask penalty for Indiana or for Miami here to start this drive. Yeah, he definitely yanked that face mask. So it'll be 1st and 10 here for Indiana on their first drive of the second half. Tough break there. All right, Mensah in the shotgun. motion right, handoff, nothing doing there, gets back to the line of scrimmage at best. Not much doing there for Indiana in the running game for Hemi. All right, Mensa looking deep. Incomplete. Good defense there by Miami. Surratt was the intended target there. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 for the Indiana Hoosiers here. Great coverage there by Miami. Not a lot doing there for Indiana. So third and 9 here. We'll see if Indiana can convert here early in the second half and keep this drive alive. If not, Miami's going to force a punt and see if their offense can get anything going here in the second half. Not much doing for the Miami offense in the first half. Pressure, sacked again. That Miami defensive line standing up here early in the second half. 2 sacks on this first drive for Indiana, both by Ruben Bain just getting a lot of penetration there by that Miami defensive line. a little bit of holding there by the tackle, but nothing doing there. Ruben Bain still gets to Mensa there for the sack. Indiana's going to have to punt the ball away. 4th and 17. Punt is up. Malachi Toney takes the punt. He's going to return it. Good return here for Toney to about the 37-yard line, 38-yard line, somewhere in there. So Carson Beck and company will take over at the 38-yard line for the Miami Hurricanes for their first drive of the second half. Good job by the Miami defense getting off the field quickly and getting the ball back to their offense. They needed that in a big way. So see if they can get anything going here on this first drive of the second half for Miami. Back with us, Jordan?
All right. Hopefully we're back here.
The infamous Jordan internet giving him trouble tonight. All right, Jordan. as we start the second half, what do you think Miami needs to do different on offense here? What has their struggles been in the first half? All right, Carson Beck and company here for their first drive of the second half. He's in the shotgun. Fletcher to his right, drops back, looks down the middle, throws. Complete to Malachi Tony. Going to be about 2nd and 6 here for the Miami Hurricanes on their first drive of the second half. All right, 2nd and 5 here for Miami. Carson in the shotgun. Handoff to Fletcher. Runs right. Big run for Miami. He might go all
Let's
the
see
way.
if Miami can
Touchdown.
put together a
Touchdown,
drive here.
Miami.
Handoff to Fletcher. Oh, my goodness.
With a big run off to the right-hand side. Touchdown, Miami.
That's what you needed. What a play. 57-yard touchdown run by Mark Fletcher. And suddenly this game looks a lot different.
There you go. And in a flash, this game is completely different than it looked just a minute ago. Fletcher coming up big for Miami in the playoffs, much like he has the entire playoffs. So, Jordan, I was asking just a minute ago what Miami needed to do different in the second half. That's exactly what they needed to do different, was get Fletcher going. This has been a guy.
How quickly a game can change, man.
Yeah, especially off the right-hand side. This is what Miami has done so good in this playoff is those big runs off the right-hand side to Fletcher. That's been where they've succeeded so much in this playoff, and they get it in a big way on the first drive of their second half. And suddenly it is a field goal game. Well, just when it was all Indiana, Miami comes out and puts their first touchdown drive of the game on the board.
Yeah, John, good point. Yeah, man, they needed the quick strike. I mean, that you score, but defense hasn't had much time to rest. I mean, it's the second, third quarter, like so. At halftime, defense needs to go out and make a stop. If you're Miami, I mean, they gotta find a way to bow up again.
They do. I mean, that's been Miami's MO for the entirety of the playoff is their defense. So you're going to have to trust that those guys can get it done.
You all ready for the NFL playoffs? I mean, yeah. Conference championship weekend coming up. It's gonna be a good one.
No doubt about it. NFL playoffs have been something else this year, man.
Yeah. Patriots, Broncos.
Think of all the overtimes that have been the NFL playoffs this year. It's crazy. I mean, I don't follow the NFL like a lot of people do, or as closely as a lot of people do, but just watching the playoffs this year, it's been insane how many overtime games and how many last drives have resulted in wins for whatever particular team. It's been a lot of fun to watch as a person who doesn't particularly have a favorite NFL team. It's been a lot of fun for me to watch the NFL playoffs this season. Don't follow the NFL, but why did the Bills fire their coach? I don't know, man. Like, I mean, John Harbaugh got fired. Um, you know, uh, um, Steelers coach stepped down. Bills coach got fired. I mean, it's what a third of the coaches in the NFL have kind of been replaced this year. Probably a third of NFL coaches, which is absolutely insane. So, all right, Indiana coming out with their second drive of the first half. Mendoza in the backfield, handoff, big run by Indiana there. Gets about 15 yards on that run. Good run by Keelan Black there for Indiana. So big time run there for Indiana to open up their second drive of the second half here in the college football national championship game. We'll see if this Miami offensive line or defensive line, excuse me, continues to pressure Mendoza. Motion left, handoff, another run right up the middle. Gets about 4 yards on that run. So second and 6 coming up for the Hoosiers.
Don't follow the NFL, but why did the Bills fire their head coach? Yeah, I mean, it was a combination of things, but largely, I mean, this was their best opportunity at a Super Bowl. I mean, you don't.
It really was, yeah.
No Patrick Mahomes. You got to
Yeah,
go
with
through.
the Chiefs out of it, with
mean,
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens not being in it.
A lot of the top quarterbacks in the AFC.
When you
have
think
to go
about
through.
it, the Bills had the top quarterback.
Able to take advantage of it.
Yeah, the Bills had the top quarterback left in the
There's
NFL
some frustration
playoffs.
there. You got a player like Josh Allen, one of the best quarterbacks in the entire league, and
big number 99 for Miami, limping off the field.
They're just ready to get try something different.
Moton, big number 99 for Miami, limping off the field there. So we'll keep an eye on that. Mendoza in the shotgun, takes a snap, looks left, throws left, bobbled the throw. Incomplete. That was a crazy play. Surratt there had the ball in his hands for a second and dropped it. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. What a play. What a play. He double caught it and then got it ripped out of his fingertips. All right, so Indiana got a punt for the second time here in the second half.
Indiana's going to punt it again.
For Indiana.
Off a tough drop.
Caught by Malachi Toney at about the 11-yard line, and that's where Miami will take over for their second drive in this second half. So if Miami can put a drive together here, we got a completely different game than we had in the first half. A lot of coaching vacancies in the NFL this year, though, Jordan. Who's your team looking to hire? Best quarterback in the NFL is Patrick Mahomes, 3 rings. Yeah, no doubt about that. Bills got lucky against Trevor Lawrence. Yeah, that was a heartbreaking of a game for the Jacksonville Jaguars. But I knew as soon as Jacksonville scored, I knew there was too much time on the clock. And when you got Josh Allen on that sideline, on the opposite sideline, you just kind of knew that he was going to go down and do what he needed to do, and that's exactly what happened. It did not surprise me at all. I knew when Jacksonville scored, there was just far too much time on the clock. Again, Jacksonville had their chance. They had about a minute left on the clock. They had timeouts, and then unfortunately, Trevor Lawrence ball tipped, interception, game over. So tough loss for Jacksonville there, but that's how it goes, man. Small margins for victory in the NFL. No doubt about that. All right, Miami takes over at about the 12-yard line. Carson Beck in the shotgun. Fletcher behind him. Motion left. Handoff up the middle. Not much doing for Miami there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 here for Miami from the 11-yard line, 12-yard line. It's crazy because Jacksonville and the Panthers lost the exact same way. Josh Allen and Malachi Tony drops that pass over on the sideline from Carson Beck. Kind of a low throw there, but a catch that Malachi Tony usually makes. So it's going to be 3rd and 9 here for Miami. See if they can convert here. This is a good game, man. This is a great game so far. All right, Carson Beck in the shotgun. Fletcher to his right. Snap. Look right. Throws right. Incomplete. Great defense there by Indiana. Pass breakup. Miami's going to have to punt the ball from deep inside their own territory. We'll see what Indiana can do with it. Yeah, great defense there by Indiana. Oh, I need to update this score. My bad, people. Y'all got to remind me. I don't remember to update the score all the time. I'm busy watching the game. I don't know about you, Jordan, but this game feels like it's going to come down to like a last drive type of situation, much like a lot of the NFL playoffs have come down to. All right, Indiana for their third drive of the second half. Mendoza going down again for the third sack. Akeem Mesidor with his second sack of the second half. Mendoza goes down for the third time in the second half. This Miami defensive line is winning so far in this second half. Mendoza really, really close to fumbling that ball. Good on him for hanging on to that. But Akeem Mesidor being a terror in the second half so far, along with Ruben Bain of a sack of his own. So run up the middle. Nice gain there for Indiana on 2nd and 18. It's going to be third down here for Indiana. Black on the carry there. All right, 3rd and 12 here for Indiana. Mendoza in the shotgun, running back to his right. Runs up to the line of scrimmage. Flips the running back to his left. Snap. Drops back. Throws left. Oh, man. Good throw over there to Surratt, but he does not haul it in. It's going to be 4th and 12. Indiana is going to punt away for the third time here in the second half. Indiana not getting anything done here in the second half when it comes to moving the ball downfield. Surratt should have caught that football, but did not. Tough sledding here for this Indiana offense in the second half. This Miami defense bowing up big time. Indiana going to punt the ball away. 4th and 12. Malachi Tony back, catches the ball, going to return it. Not much doing there. Gets tackled at about the 7-yard line. So Miami will take over at their own 7-yard line for their third possession of this second half. All right, Jordan. What's those live lines looking at for our buddies over at FanDuel? Indiana, great team, only played 2 good teams, showing now the ACC is legit. Yeah, I mean, look, Miami is a legit team. They got an NFL offensive line. Their defensive line is unbelievable, probably if not the best, one one of the best in college football this year. A team that has dominated at the lines of scrimmage, specifically in this playoff. So not surprising that this is a one-possession game. Not surprising that this is a game that is probably going to go down to, the last possession of the game. This is going to be a really tight football game going down the stretch, no doubt about it. All right, so 1st and 10 Miami, 7-10 is your score. Miami doing much more on offense than they did in the first half. Indiana doing nothing on offense so far in this second half. So Carson Beck in the shotgun, motion left or motion right. Fletcher gets the handoff, gets about 3, maybe 3.5 yards there on the first down carry. All right, 2nd and 7 here for Miami. Empty backfield. Oh, ball tipped by the defensive back there. Dangerous throw there for Carson Beck. Could have been intercepted, but falls incomplete. It's going to be 3rd and 7 here for Miami. Really close to being intercepted there. Carson Beck's got to be careful with that football. You do not want to turn it over this deep in your own territory. All right. Miami, 3rd and 7 from their own 10-yard line. Carson Beck in the shotgun. Fletcher to his right, drops back, throws across the middle to Malachi Toney. He is not going to get the first down. He's going to be about 2 yards short here. So it's going to be 4th and 2. Miami's going to have to punt the ball away here. All right, Miami to punt the ball away here, 4th and 1. Oh, it's blocked. Indiana falls on it in the end zone. That's a touchdown, Indiana. Oh, my goodness. Disaster for Miami. Complete disaster there on the punt at about their 10-yard line. Punt gets blocked. Indiana falls on it in the end zone. Touchdown, Indiana. 16-7 is the score. 17-7 if they can convert on this extra point. Man, tough break for Miami there. Great special teams play there by Indiana coming after that punt deep in Miami territory. Wow. That's about worst case scenario if you're Miami, because Indiana was doing nothing on offense in the second half. And that just gives them life here in the second half. He doinks it off the left pole, but it goes in. 17-7 here for Indiana. Wow. Almost misses that extra point there, but gets it in. Man, what a game. What a game so far. This has been quite the game to watch. Great special teams play there by Indiana. Miami digging themselves a further hole there that they did not need in this second half. This is an Indiana team that does not make a lot of mistakes, and that's a huge mistake by Miami there to put Indiana up 17-7 in this game. All right, Indiana kicks off. Miami receives. They're going to return it. Not much room there on the return there for Miami. They're going to take over 1st and 10 here. Miami needs a drive. Miami needs a drive here in a big way. We'll see what Carson Beck and company can do here on their 4th drive of the second half. All right, Carson Beck in the shotgun. Motion left. Snap, drops back, looking left. Little dump pass to Fletcher. Gets about 8 or 9 on that completion. So it's going to be 2nd and 1 here for the Hurricanes. They're going fast. They get up to the line. Carson Beck in the shotgun. Fletcher to his left. Snap. Hand off to Fletcher. Running right. Gets the first down and a whole bunch more here on 2nd down. So 1st and 10, Miami. Carson Beck looking deep. Oh, big hit. Big hit by the Indiana secondary, number 5 there with the big hit that caused the incompletion for Miami. Would have been a big gain for Miami there. Good ball by Carson Beck. Better hit. Great timing of the hit there on that tight end. Great job by the Indiana safety there to cause that incompletion. All right, Miami's going to run here. Gets about 3 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 7 for Miami. Third and 6. Just over 3 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Carson Beck in the shotgun. Takes a snap. Rolls to his right. Throws downfield, complete. Big gain for Miami there. Big gain down into Indiana territory. Now 1st and 10, Miami. They are moving the ball nicely on this drive after starting deep inside their own territory. $35-yard line. Carson Beck gets to throw a little wild there, so his knee was down when he caught the ball. Slings it out to Tony. Big gain here for Miami, down inside the 15 to about the 13-yard line for Miami. Big drive here for Miami. What a response from this Miami offense. All right, 1st and 10 from about the 12-yard line here for Miami. Moving the ball quite nicely on this drive after starting deep their own territory. This is a drive that Miami needed, especially after that block punt. Fletcher carry inside the 10 to about the 9-yard line, maybe the 8-yard line. Second and 7 for Miami coming up here. Carson Beck in the shotgun, Fletcher left, handoff up the middle. Good run there for Fletcher. It's going to be 3rd and 1 here for Miami inside the 5-yard line. That'll do it for the third quarter. 17-7 is your score. Exiting the third quarter, Miami driving inside the 5-yard line. 3rd and 1 will be your down in yardage heading into the fourth quarter. We'll see if Miami can punch it in here. They need a touchdown in the worst way right here off of this drive after that block punt from Indiana that scored their touchdown in the second half. ESPN still gives Indiana a 79% chance. Yeah. I mean, they're still, firmly in control of this game. Their defense needs to bow up here. They need to force a Miami field goal is what they need to do here. And then Indiana needs to go on their own drive. They have not done much as far as, the Indiana offense in the second half. They have not done much against this Miami defense. Mendoza's been sacked 3 times. Ruben Bain, Akeem Mesidor are doing their thing against this Indiana offensive line. As good as they've been this season, as good as they've been in this playoff, this Miami defensive line is starting to get the job done and get that pressure against Mensa. So will that continue, or will Indiana, mount their own drive? That's kind of that's going to be a key part as we head late into this game. This is going to be a close game, I think. Heading down to probably the last drive is what I would expect from these two heavyweights. These are two teams that are very good in the trenches. They're very physical teams. That's been proven throughout this game, and that's why the game's so close right now. But Miami needs to punch it in, and if you're Indiana, you need to hold them to a field goal here. So, whose will's going to win here on this drive? That'll be a telltale sign for how this game will end. All right, Miami 3rd and 1 here. Carson Beck under center. Hands off to Fletcher. Touchdown, Miami. Easy walk-in touchdown there for Miami. Was not even touched. Mark Fletcher does it again for Miami. He has been the workhorse of this Miami team for this entire playoff run. He has been the star. He has been the guy that they have turned to when they needed points, when they needed a play, and he has come through time and time again. This guy has been amazing. 10 plays, 81 yards for Miami on that drive, taking 5 minutes on the clock. Wow. What a drive there. What a drive there for Miami. That's the answer they needed after that block punt. It's exactly what Miami needed to do. They go down, they make it happen. Mark Fletcher's the guy that does a lot
All right.
of drive and punches it in the end zone.
Miami responds.
What's that, Jordan? You there? All right, fellas, we got ourselves a game. Man, 14-17 is your score. Let me update the score real quick for everybody watching here. All right. Indiana going to take over here. See if they can mount a drive of their own, taking over from their own 25-yard line. Mendoza in the shotgun, running back to his left. Handoff up the middle. Not much doing there. Gets maybe 2 yards on the first down carry there for Black. Second and 8 coming up for the Indiana Hoosiers. Mendoza in the shotgun again. Running back to his left. Snap. Handoff up the middle again. Gets a first down and more. Gets a ton on that drive for Keelan Black there. Another good run by him. He's had a really good night tonight running against this Miami defense, which is no small feat. All right, 1st and 10 for the Hoosiers here, trying to mount their own drive from the 40-yard line here. Mendoza in the shotgun, running back to his right. Fake handoff, throws right. Ooh, almost intercepted. The ball was jumped on by Miami's defensive back there, number 24. O'Connor almost jumped that ball there. Almost had a pick six. If he would have been a little bit earlier on his jump, he would have had a pick six going the other way. But luckily for Mendoza and the Indiana fans out here, it was an incomplete pass. So 2nd and 10 here for Indiana from the 40-yard line. Mendoza throws left. Lots of grass. Gets about almost 19 yards on that little swing pass to the left. Good play there for Indiana. Cooper Jr. there with about a 19-yard gain on that little swing pass screen, wide receiver screen to the left. Jordan, can you hear me? All right, Mendoza in the shotgun, motion left, snap, scrambles, gets maybe a yard. Maybe a yard there for the Indiana offense. Miami's defense was closing in on him super quick on that drop back. Ruben Bain was unblocked on that play. So good call by Mendoza, just trying to get as much as he could out of that play. All right, Mendoza in the shotgun. Handoff to Black again. Gets about 3 or 4 yards on that carry. All right, so 3rd and 5 here for the Hoosier offense. $11:42 left to go in the game. Throws deep. Receiver could not see it. Receiver could not see the ball. Incomplete pass there for Indiana, 4th and 5. They're going to have to punt the ball away here. Hey, you guys in the chat, can you hear me? Just checking to make sure everybody can hear what I'm saying. Give me a thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. All right, thank you, John. I appreciate that. Jordan's having some technical difficulties. He said he can't hear me, so I was just making sure everybody in the chat can hear me. All right, 4th and 5. Indiana takes a timeout here. Going to talk it over, figure out what they're going to do inside of Miami territory. Man, what a game. What a game. This is what I was hoping for, fellas. This is exactly what I was hoping for. A really good game going down to the end. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Jordan, can you hear me? Maybe he cannot hear me. I don't know. Yeah, big time decision here. Fourth and 5. What is Indiana going to do? Are they going to go for it? Are they going to chance it here inside Miami territory? Are they going to try to punt it and play field position after Miami just took the ball down and scored on this Indiana defense? What is Kurt Cignetti and that coaching staff going to do? We shall see. Big decision here. What would you guys do here if you're Indiana's coach? If you're Kurt Cignetti, what are you doing here? You going for it on 4th and 5? What are you doing? Are you punting it away and trying to pin them deep? Do you give Miami decent field position? Might try to kick it to the 5. Yeah. I think I try to pin them deep. I try to make them drive that field again because I don't know if they could do it again. That Indiana defense has played really well tonight. Yeah, they just gave up that big drive, but you've put a decent drive of your own together here. I think maybe playing a field position game here might be your best bet, but it looks like Mendoza is on the field. Indiana's going to go in the shotgun, drops back, looking to his right, throws right, caught on the sideline. First down, Indiana. So Kurt Cignetti rolls the dice. It pays off. Indiana first down. Wow. What a catch. What an absolute great catch by Charlie Becker there on the sideline. Wow. Decent throw by Mendoza. Even better catch by Chris Becker there. Run up the middle by Indiana. Gets about 6 on that carry for Black. Again, having a great night. 69 total yards on 12 carries so far for him. So he's having a really good night so far. Man, wow. What a gutsy call by Kurt Cignetti there. Paid off for him. I would have probably punted it deep, but I respect the gall to go after Miami there. Mendoza in the shotgun, running back to his right, motion, handoff up the middle, gets a couple there. Jordan.
Okay, I can hear you now.
All
There
right.
we go.
We got
There
you.
we go. Good Lord.
He's back after several cycles of StreamYard nonsense.
Yes.
Got
Gotta love it. Right in time for the home stretch of this game.
Yeah,
The
man.
multiple big plays.
Yeah, you've missed a lot here so far, going back and forth. But man, this is an exciting game. This has been crazy. You missed a block punt, big drive by Miami. Mendoza in the shotgun, drops back, looking down the middle, throws, incomplete, out the back of the end zone. 4th and 5 here. Again, 4th and 5 for Indiana. I think you got to kick the field goal here if you're Indiana. I don't know if you can go for it again on 4th and 5. I think you got to kick the field goal and just take the points. You've gone on a long drive of yourself. Indiana going to take a timeout here. They're second of the half. They're going to have one timeout left. 17-14 is your score with 9:27 left to go in the game. Looks like Indiana's going to try for a field goal here and go up 6 if they are successful. So regardless of whether they make it or not, still a one-possession game for Miami. So, again, still in this thing. I know that that missed field goal from Miami in the first half is haunting them right now because otherwise it would be a tied game. All right, never mind. We're going for it on 4th and 5 yet again. Kurt Cignetti calls his shot for another time on this drive. Going to roll the dice with Mendoza and this Indiana offense. 4th and 5 for the Hoosiers. Mendoza in the shotgun, drops back, takes off, gets the first down and more, gets the touchdown. What a run by Mendoza. Physical run, gets the touchdown. Indiana stretches their lead against Miami late
Unbelievable.
in this fourth quarter. Unbelievable run by Mendoza there. Physical run, refused to go down, got himself in the end zone, protected the ball. I mean, what a series of calls by Kurt Cignetti there, man. Absolutely crazy. Goes for it twice on this drive, 4th and 5, 2 times, and converts on this drive. So answers Miami's call. Miami goes for a long drive of their own. Indiana answers by just gutsy drive, capped off by a Mendoza touchdown run. Wow. I mean, that's a tough dude. Regardless of whether you're an Indiana fan or not, that's a tough run by a quarterback.
Yeah, man. I mean,
That's a tough run.
That's playing to win right there. I mean, 2
Yeah,
fourth
man,
down conversions.
Indiana is not playing it safe. That's for sure. And a lot of times in these big games, coaches play it safe. That is not Kurt Cignetti for sure. This man went for it twice on 4th and 5. No, I don't think he calls the plays, but you best believe that the head coach has the final say when it comes to going for it on 4th and 5. He made both of those calls whether to go for it. He may not have made the play call of what they were going to do on 4th and 5, but he absolutely made the decision on whether they would go or not on 4th and 5. So that's what I mean. Not necessarily that he called the plays. That's a gutsy move, man. Paid off. If it wouldn't have, we'd be having a different conversation. But wow. Paid off for Indiana. 2 conversions on that drive of 4th and 5. That's insane. Tough break for Miami there. Tough break. All right, 24-14 is your score. 9:18 left to go in the fourth quarter. Miami has no choice here but to go get points. They have no choice. You can't punt the ball here. The last thing they can do is go 3 and out. The last thing they can do is punt the ball. You got to go get points if you're Miami here. If not, this game is quite possibly over if you don't go get points on this drive. Indiana could win by 50 and Miami will still be talked about how good they are. Yeah. I mean, they're a good team. If you make it to the national title, you're a good team. No doubt about it. But it's this Indiana team has just been so good this year, and they don't make mistakes. They do not make mistakes. And I think that's been the difference in this game so far is Indiana has not made mistakes. Miami made one crucial mistake. That was that block punt. And, you got a quarterback in Mendoza that is just willing his team to victory right now. And that was kind of the difference in me picking this game was it kind of came down to the quarterback position for me because I thought both teams were really tough in the trenches. Both teams were really physical along both lines of scrimmage. And when it came down to it, who do you trust as quarterback more? And when it comes down to Beck and Mendoza, I trust Mendoza more. Holding against Miami, so they're going to get backed up even further. So this is going to have to be a really, really long drive for the Miami Hurricanes to stay in this game. All right, Miami starts their drive at the 9-yard line, at their own 9-yard line. Carson Beck in the shotgun, Fletcher right behind him. Fake handoff. Carson Beck throws to Malachi Tony. Got some room, breaks a tackle, gets about 9 yards on that catch and run by Malachi Tony. That dude is, man, he's so good. I wish Clemson had that guy. But we don't. First down, Miami. Fletcher with the run right up the middle. Gets just enough for the first down. 1st and 10, Miami. Yo, is it just me or does Kurt Signetti look scary? Like that? Like, he looks, man, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know.
The way that he's always like looking at the camera, kind of just he looks kind of scary. Carson Beck with all the time in the world, throws deep, incomplete.
Wow. Man, he had a million years of throw.
Yeah, he had all the time in the world back there. Could not find a guy. Marion, the intended target there, could not haul it in for Miami. All right. If you're Miami, this is when you need Carson Beck to shine. Shotgun, drops back. Tons of time again. Looks deep. Throws deep. Caught. Oh, says it's incomplete. Says the ball hit the ground. Looks like it was caught from my angle, but they said the ball.
Let's see that again.
Yeah, we'll see here. Oh, yeah. No, it definitely hit the ground. Yeah. Almost. He was so close. Right there at the end, it popped out. It was almost a great catch. Almost a great catch there by Zero. Marion again the target. Oh, looks like false start Miami. They're going to back up even further. It's going to be 3rd and 15. This is not what Miami needs right now. They got to dial something up here. They got to convert. You cannot give the ball back to this Indiana offense right now. Your defense has been on the field for 30 minutes of this game. Carson Beck back, throws, complete, first down.
Big play.
Little seam route to the tight end there. Good throw by Carson Beck. Good catch. Miami's offense rolling here. 1st and 10. Carson Beck back to throw. Throws again across the middle. Big game for Miami. Malachi Tony.
Yeah, you were waiting for him to break one. Yeah.
Massive play. Great little breaking route to the middle there. Good timing on the throw by Carson Beck. Tons of room, tons of run after catch for Malachi Tony there. That's a guy you want the ball in his hands when there's space. So great play down into Indiana territory here. So after a rough start to the drive, they are down at the 22-yard line. Miami heading in for the score here. Carson Beck in the shotgun, drops back, looking left, throws, tipped. Whoo! Dangerous there. Could have been intercepted. Ball was tipped. But luckily for Miami, it falls incomplete.
He's had a couple throws like that this game.
Yeah. Off the hands of Fletcher there. And the worst possible thing is it pops up in the air.
Yeah.
All right, 2nd and 10 from the 22-yard line here for Miami. Malachi Tony, he's going to get in. Touchdown, Miami. Wow.
Huge.
Yo.
What a call.
This game is crazy.
You just knew we were going to get some fireworks in the fourth quarter. It was
And
been
hand
a
off to Malachi Tony.
slugfest.
He gets the edge, and that guy is dynamic with the ball in his hands, gets in the end zone. 8 plays, 91 yards. Miami gets the score. So Miami and Indiana both just answering back. This is the kind of game you want to see in the national title, man. This is exactly what you want to see. A back and forth heavyweight fight between two teams that are just battling it out. And that right there is why Kirk Cignetti went for it 2 times on 4th and 5.
Yeah. Because
that's exactly why.
All it takes is
21-24, Indiana leads.
Yeah, I mean that's all it takes with this team. I mean,
that's all it takes, man.
They got. I mean, I think Cignetti respects Miami's playmakers and knew that. I mean, as well as his defense has played, I mean, you can't. I mean, obviously that first Mark Fletcher touchdown. I mean, that said it all right there. I mean, they had nothing for from the entire first half, and then all of a sudden you break one play and the game looks a lot different. So, man, we're in for a hell of a finish, man.
Can't hold them down for forever. What say FanDuel now, Jordan? Now that we got fireworks going off in this game.
I'm scared to look because I'm joining on my phone. So now.
Oh, okay. So. Yeah. I got you.
I'm scared to leave the StreamYard.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm afraid I'm going to come back and you're going to be speaking in Chinese.
Is that what it sounded like before?
No, I just couldn't hear you. I'm just waiting for something nonsensical to happen. Man, that Mendoza run was incredible.
Yeah, it was. All right, Miami kicking off to Indiana. Out the back of the end zone, they'll take over on their own 25-yard line.
And look at the yardage difference in the second half.
Yeah. All right, Indiana, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Mendoza in the back or in the shotgun. Hand off to Black. Gets about 3 yards there on the carry. 2nd and 7 coming up for the Hoosiers. Snap, hand off again. Falls forward for a couple. All right, 3rd and 4 here for the Hoosiers. See if they can convert. Mendoza in the shotgun. Motion right. Rolls left. Throws left. 1st down and more.
It's a great play call.
Cooper Jr. on the catch there.
Yeah, nobody went with him.
Yeah, saw that they weren't in man there, so easy pitch and catch there for Mendoza. Easily identified that Miami was not in man there. Nobody followed him. All right, 1st and 10 from the 45. Run on 1st down, gets about 5 yards there for Keelan Black. Steadily having a great game, that dude.
Yeah, man, he's a tough runner, man. I like him.
Averaging 5 yards a carry in this game. All right, 2nd and 5. Mendoza in the shotgun. Black to his right. Handoff, tackled in the backfield. Nothing doing there.
Nice play call. Nice little run blitz there.
All right, 3rd and 7. From the 48-yard line here. Shotgun, snap, back to throw, throws right. Caught again. My goodness.
Every time
Becker just making catch after circus catch in this game when they need it the most.
Wow, I mean, are we about to see Indiana just go on a dagger drive right here? Because I mean, it just seems like every time they need a play, they get it.
Yeah, I mean, and that's one
what
of the guys that get it every time. That Becker, I mean, he just when they need a big play, he's making circus catches. 1st and 10 for Miami. Hand off to Black. Big gain on the right side. 1st down.
You're in
driving. Hoosiers offense is driving. deep in Miami territory now. Man, what a game. What a game. Wow. Big run there by Keelan Black.
And yeah, I mean now it's time for Miami to start using those timeouts.
Yeah, they have to. They got no choice. And they cannot allow Indiana in the end zone here.
Nope.
If Indiana scores, it's all but over at that point. All right, here we go. 2nd and 1. Indiana from the 11-yard line. Shotgun snap. False start.
Yep.
Just made
Little
it a
flinch by
lot
the
harder
left.
on themselves.
I think a little flinch by the left tackle.
Yeah. It's the wrong time to do that, brother.
It was right before the snap. Yeah. That is brutal.
Yeah, it's costly. Handoff. Not much doing there for Black. Gonna be 3rd down here.
If Miami gets to stop you, well, if it gets to 4th down, you think Indiana goes for it?
I think they might. It depends on how close it is.
I mean, just doing the math. I mean, obviously a touchdown, obviously a 1st down would end the game, but also, at the risk of not getting it, all of a sudden now Miami only needs a field goal when you could kick,
Right.
and they would need a touchdown. So, I wonder what the analytics say on this. I
Yeah, I
guess
don't know.
guess it depends on the distance of the 4th down, but I wonder what it would be telling him to do.
I mean, they went for it twice on 4th and 5, so I would not be surprised.
Yeah.
3rd and 5 here. This is a massive play here in the game. Shotgun snap, handoff. Black, nothing doing. 3rd and 5.
Wow. That might be too. I mean, this is 4th and 5. I mean, I don't know. There might be.
I don't know, man.
Would you kick it?
I think I would kick it.
I think I would too.
I mean, think about that false start penalty.
Yeah, man,
I mean, the game's over without that false start penalty. The game's over without that false start penalty. That's crazy. That's the small margins of these national championship games, dude. These playoff games.
looks like they're gonna kick it.
One false start, and suddenly the game is not over. Miami's still going to have a chance. Whether they make this or not, Miami's got a chance. (27-21).
Mm-hmm. Well, Carson Beck for the biggest drive of his life, the biggest drive of his college career.
No doubt about it.
Trying to go out a national champ. Man, he would be a 3-time national champion, I guess, in his career if he were to win this game. When you count the 2 he won as a backup at Georgia.
Yep. First one as a starter.
Yep. Look at the yardage total, dead even now.
Dead even. Well, it all comes down to this, fellas. This is Miami's do or die drive right here. Miami 1st and 10, starting the drive at their own 25-yard line. Carson Beck in the gun. Oh, boy.
Great start.
Wow. Start off with a delay of game. How do you do that? First and 15 from the 20-yard line. Carson Beck drops back. Oh, almost sacked. Little shovel pass to the tight end there, incomplete.
Hmm.
All right, 2nd and 15. Carson Beck in the gun. Motion left. Throws right. Incomplete. Receiver wasn't even looking for the football. Flag down.
Oh, you can't.
Roughing the passer.
Yeah, you can't do that.
What a stupid penalty, dude. What a dumb penalty.
And that's just completely. I mean, you couldn't have started any
I mean,
for
how many
Miami this
times have we
drive.
said that Indiana does not make mistakes? They don't hurt themselves. And then false start penalty, and now roughing the passer penalty. Two penalties that bailed Miami out and keep them in this game. Two massive penalties keeping Miami in this game if you're Indiana. This absolutely uncalled for. You just can't do it. Now you bail them out. There you go. Now Miami's on the move. First down.
Mm-hmm.
Carson Beck drops back. All kinds of time. Throws complete to Malachi Tony for about an 8-yard gain. Inside Indiana territory now. At about the 47-yard line. Carson Beck in the gun. Drops back, throws right. First down. All right, from the 41-yard line. Timeout, Indiana. It's a good timeout, I think. It's crazy. The team that doesn't make mistakes have made two crucial mistakes down the stretch that have
Oh
kept
yeah.
Miami alive in this game. Two crucial penalties. A false start with 3rd and 1, and or no, a false start with 2nd and 1, and then that roughing the passer. I mean, they were going to be 3rd and 15,
Mm-hmm.
and you give them a free first down. Here we go. 1st and 10, 51 seconds left to go. Plenty of time for Miami here. No timeouts for either team. Carson Beck in the shotgun, drops back, throws left, deep, intercepted.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Wow. And there's Carson Beck's last throw in college.
That wasn't even like close to being
No,
good.
that wasn't close at all. I don't know what he was doing there. Wow. Removing his helmet, yeah. It don't matter. Indiana's going to kneel on it. Game's over. Wow. What a way to end it.
Just completely underthrown.
Yeah, he just underthrew that ball. The first turnover of the game.
What a football game though, man. Indiana, far from a blue blood.
They
National
get it
champions.
done. National champions. 16-0. First 16-0 team in modern college football. There you go. Well, there you go. The college football season has come to an end. Indiana is your national champions. Much deserved to them. They finished the season unbeaten, 16-0, national champions. Beat some of the best teams that college football had to offer along the way. So, shout out to the Indiana fans. Hats off to them. Enjoy it. And what a game, man. What a game. Great game by Miami. Great game by Indiana. Couldn't ask for a better national championship game, I don't think.
No, I mean that certainly lived up to the billing. I mean,
Definitely did.
both teams left it out there. That was, I mean, great result for college football. I guess. I mean, two teams that haven't. I mean, one team that hasn't been in this situation ever, and and then another program that hasn't had this level of success in a little while.
Yep.
And Indiana was the underdog story the whole way, but in reality, they were always the best team. I mean, and they've just
Mhm.
kind of, and it, you kept waiting for that moment where they looked like they're okay. This is the Indiana I know from my childhood, or
Right.
they're
Yeah.
regressing back to the mean. Like, no, this was the best team in football,
It
basically
was.
wire to wire.
Yeah, they were never going to be denied. It was pretty clear from jump that they were destined for it this year. Um, every time you thought that they were going to meet their match or the moment was going to be too big, it wasn't. They rose to the occasion and got it done, and they did the same tonight against a really, really good Miami team, a really good Miami defense. Um, so, shout out to Miami. Shout out to Indiana. Congratulations on your national championship. Enjoy it. Uh, man, what a college football season.
Yeah, man.
It was fun.
I mean, for as a college football fan, I mean, this was a phenomenal year. You know, if Clemson, like if you take your Clemson fandom out of it, like this has been a it's been an incredible season, incredible postseason. I mean, the playoffs were awesome. Had a lot of good games.
Yeah, I mean, look, the playoffs were great. As a Clemson fan, it was not a good season, but I'm a college football fan, which, Clemson is my favorite team, but I am a college football fan. I love watching college football. I watch a ton of games, and it was a great season. So couldn't be happier. It was a great national championship. Much like I predicted, it was close. Going
Yep.
down to the last drive, it wasn't a blowout. Two heavyweights going at it, and Indiana came out on top. So
Hey,
all in all,
we got our final predictions of the season right, brother. We did it.
we did it. It wasn't always great, but
Yep.
but we got there at the end. I tell you what, I didn't have Indiana winning the national championship at the beginning of the season,
No.
nor did I have Miami playing for the national championship. So I don't think anyone had these two teams in the national championship. Um, but hey, that's the beauty of college football. You never know what to expect. It always keeps you on your toes. So, all right, we got 7 people in the live chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. Really do appreciate you guys showing up. Hit that like button if you have not already. Consider subscribing. Me and Jordan will be back tomorrow night, 8 p.m. for the All In Show, talking all things college football, all things Clemson football. So, hope you guys will show up for that. Um, Shout out to our channel members that I saw in here tonight. David, thank you so much for being in here. John, thank you so much for being in here. Each and every one of you for commenting. Really do appreciate each and every one of you. Means the world that you guys are in here. And here's to another great college football season. We're not going anywhere. Our show will continue throughout the off season. So stick with
Yes,
us.
sir.
We will be doing a weekly show every single week. Might be streaming some basketball games coming up here soon. Probably talking a little basketball, talking a little baseball, but always, always, always talking college football throughout the off season. There'll be tons of stuff to talk about. So stay tuned to the channel for that. And we will see you guys tomorrow night, 8 p.m. right here for the All In Show. And with that said, and without further ado, I'm TPC. He's Jordan Bowman. Go Tigers. And here's to
Later,
another
y'all.
great college football season. See you guys later.
Yes, sir.